So guys, welcome back. By the way, if you are new and you don't subscribe, please click on that subscribe button, like and share. Also make your comments and watch out for it. Now take a look at this Euro USD. We actually predicted this move right for today. We actually said we will actually be making a bearish move, and guess what? This Euro USD actually gave us that bearish move. So this day we actually opened and closed bearish. Now we would want to see where this price will be moving for this week. To actually be able to predict this price, I want you to actually stick to the end to be able to understand this analysis better. So to be able to predict these movements, we would have to start from this higher time frame, which is the monthly time frame. Reason is that from this monthly time frame, we would be able to understand this movement itself and why we are making such move. Now take a look at this Euro USD, right? On this monthly time frame, you can see there's only one movement we've been making ever since then. This was around 2006. We'll be having a bearish move on this Euro USD. I mean, this price to our euro has actually been dropping massively, right? You can see price has been dropping. We see this lower low, lower high. So price is dropping, right? That is it on a bearish move. Now I want you guys to pay attention to this movement here. This is where we're aiming to understand. Take a look at this movement. There is only one movement we've been making. This was around 2020, early to did I say 2020, around 2021. Since then, we've been having this bearish move, right? See, this euro to USD has been giving us this bearish move, right? Secondly, I've added this moving average, which I am using 10 period and 10 simple period moving average, right? Those of you who knows how to trade on moving average, we all know the rules. Once the price is below 10 period moving average, we are to short it, but if it is above it, we are to go long. But clearly we can see that this price is below the 10 period moving average, so meaning we are to short this euro USD. So we are to short it right on this weekly time frame, and ever since then we see we'll be going bearish. I mean, any traders we know, I mean a beginner will know that this is actually a bearish move. We should actually look to short this. Now take a look at this movement, right? We kind of add like, let's say from here a bearish move, kind of add like a pullback, then again a bearish move was made, drop monthly on the monthly time frame, then we add this correction, again another bearish move. So is this bearish move over? Definitely not. We will continue to go bearish, but what we can clearly see is that a pullback was happened this week. After the pullback happened, then a bearish move now came in and dropped the price lower. So if you were following this channel consistently, you would have seen how we predicted that pullback, which was a bullish move. I think the movement was around on the 3 and on the 4th. You can go back to watch it to confirm how we predicted we'll be going bullish, and we actually went bullish, right? So that bullish move is now over. It is now on a bearish move that has setting, because the reason is that the bearish move for monthly time frame is not over. So we are still on a bearish move. So monthly time frame, we are still on a bearish move. This is still about October, right? So I mean, the month has not ended, so this is why we still have this red candlestick here, but the price is still going to be dropping, by the way. But by the time this month ends, you should actually see that huge candlestick, which is actually red, by the way, closed. So monthly time frame, we are still on a bearish move. Price is dropping, we have to short this price. That is one. That will now take us to our weekly time frame. Clearly we can see on this weekly time frame there's only one movement that we are making on weekly time frame, a bearish move, right? See this drop, a pulse move. Now I think let's start this movement from here. This was a bearish move. We had a correction here that came to our moving average, then we had another impulse move downward, then a correction was made here, then another impulse move was made. You can see this correction. You don't know the movement of downward trend. You see lower lows and lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So we can see here as a correction that came to our moving average. Then we can see this bearish move. If you notice, this movement here actually broke this previous lower lows. So price actually broke the previous lower lows. Then after that, a pullback actually occurred. Now and again is another bearish move. You can see this drop. And guess what? After the drop, we had a pullback which came to our 10 period moving average. Now that this price has hit our 10 period moving average, of course a rejection should occur, which we actually predicted, and now we are now on a bearish move. So by the way, today is the last day of the week, by the way. So once this market actually closes, by the time the markets will open by next week, we would still actually see that bearish move which will drop. So we still have to take out these previous lows. So we still have about 191 pips, close to 200 pips for this price to actually drop and take out these lows. Once price take out these lows, then we would see a breakout and a continuous bearish move on this Euro USD. So Euro USD on the weekly time frame, we are also to go bearish, right? The price is still to go bearish. First of all, we will see that bearish move at least about 200 pips that we take out this candlestick wick here. Once where we add this pullback on this weekly time frame, then once we add that 200 pips drops that it's there, that's in our previous lows, then a breakout which we actually have a more bearish move that we drop, right? At least you should move about 300 pips this week that we are trying to predict. So Euro USD still on a bearish move. That will now take us downward to the daily time frame. Let me take a look at this movement we actually predicted, we talked about. We still actually went bearish. Is this bearish move over? Definitely not. We will still want to see that drop to actually take out these lows. We once talked about on our weekly time frame. At least from here to this our lows, we will have about 200 pips to be made. So about 200 pips bearish move that will come to take out these lows. Then after that, another drop will actually be made again on Euro USD. Now notice that this price is now below the 10 period moving average. So if you trade moving average, once it is below the 10 period moving average, we have to still short it. So Euro USD, we are still on a bearish move. If you have to zoom this price out, clearly one movement we are all seeing, a bearish move, a drop. Price has actually been dropping massively. You can take here as a bearish move here, kind of like a pullback. So this pullback actually came to react here. Then a bearish move actually happened, right? Then a pullback occurred here. Then we can see this as a bearish move, right? After this bearish move, of course, we should see a pullback, which we once talked about. Then this pullback, which was bullish. After this pullback, then another bearish move again. So this is where we are currently on. We are still on a bearish move. So once markets actually close and opens again, we should still see this drop at least 200 pips, take out this lows, then a continuous drop again. At least we should be able to hit about 300 pips we are talking about on Euro USD. So daily time frame also bearish. Notice that monthly time frame says we are on a bearish move. Weekly time frame says we are bearish. Now this daily time frame says we are bearish. To place this trade, we would actually run down to the 4-hour time frame. So what does the 4-hour time frame says? Clearly we can see it, this movement here, a bearish move, right? We are seeing a drop, and again this price is below 10 period moving average. Take a look at this movement here, an impulse move downward. We have a correction here, then there's an impulse move, right? Once we did this analysis, there was a pullback here. We talked about it. Once the pullback has finished, then we would actually have a bearish move. So this is why we had this bearish move today. So we clearly can see that we are on a bearish move, right? So we should kind of see like a little reaction here. We kind of see a little reactions. This is it here. So once price actually drops to this level, we kind of see this blue green, and then another bearish move. So we should be expecting by the time markets open the next time, we should actually see a break and drop. We should actually get that drop to take out these lows, by the way. Then we can set it as take profits in, take profits one. Once we add that bearish move, once we can enter here, take profits one, then in second take profit will be around these lows. That would be at least we should be able to grab 200 pips. So weekly 4-hour time frame also we have to go bearish, and this 1-hour time frame you can clearly see the movements on the 1-hour time frame. This is a simple movement, right? It is very easy to predict a bearish move. Price is now dropping, and we are to enter and short this price also. So monthly time frame to 1-hour time frame on Euro USD, we are to go bearish. That will now take us to our GBPUSD. So to be able to predict this GBPUSD, we would actually start from the monthly time frame. What we clearly can see on this GBPUSD is actually a bearish move, right? Price has actually been dropping on this GBPUSD. Then it got to one period of time when this price started ranging, right? You can see that once the price actually comes to this support level, we tend to see it drop to our resistance level. We saw it drop to this support level, then it rose up to this same level again, drop to this same support level again, rose up to that same level, which where we would take as our resistance. And we can see this ranging markets move on the monthly time frame. So once price comes to support, it will definitely go to resistance, and it will come to support and go to resistance. Now we also see this movement. Once this price actually dropped, we saw it actually came to this support level, right? And again, it actually broke below it and dropped. We all know how to trade this support and resistance. Once price tends to break out of a support level, we see price actually give us a pullback to come and test that support level, then a bearish move will occur, right? It is exactly what we've had on this monthly time frame on GBPUSD. We saw that this price actually broke our support level and it dropped, right? Then all of a sudden this price actually gave us a pullback. That pullback came to test this our support level. Now that this price has tested this our support level, what we are also expected to move, the next movements we are expecting on this GBPUSD is another drop. So this is one of the reasons why we are having this red on this our GBPUSD. Though the month has not ended, but very soon, by the time the month ends, we would actually close bearish, by the way. At least if possible, we should take out this week once price actually gave us the pullback from. We should actually see that drop to take out this week. I think we should kind of close to 700 pips. If possibly we grab that 700 pips this month, then it is okay. So monthly time frame, we are bearish, and again you can see this price is still below 10 period moving average. So monthly time frame, we are bearish. That will now take us downward to the weekly time frame. So clearly we can see one movement that is being made on the weekly time frame. That is a bearish move. See, this price has been dropping, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. One. Secondly is that this price is still below 10 period moving average. So we are still on a bearish move. Now take a look at this movement on GBPUSD. You can see this movement from here, a drop, then a correction was made. We saw this correction came to our 10 period moving average. We had another drop. We saw this correction came to our 10 period moving average, which broke above it a little bit though. Then we can see this drop. If you want, we kind of have had a reaction here, because this, why we had a reaction here is because this was once a support level. If you have to zoom it out properly, you see that price came to this support level. So of course price tends to react at a level there. So this is one of the reasons why we had a reaction here. So after it, the price actually broke below it, the level, and of course price gave us a pullback. It came to test this our support level and also came to our 10 period moving average. So after that movement, we are expected to go bearish again. So this is one of the reasons why we are having this huge candlestick week on this weekly time frame. So this is, that is an indication that price has actually rose up close to that moving average, and price has now rejected and dropped. This is why we've closed bearish. So by the time the market open the next time and close by next week, we are trying to predict this movement. We should actually see that bearish move. At least if possible, take out these lows we once talked about. A bearish move should be made on GBP USD. So that will now take us down to the daily time frame. So take a look at this daily time frame. If you have to zoom it out, one movement that is being made on the daily time frame, a bearish move. Price has been dropping on GBP USD. Now take a look at this movement here. So we had a drop here at this support level. Notice that we had a drop here. So we had a correction which occurred. Then this huge impulse move downward. Of course, once price give us this impulse move, of course a correction should occur. So it is exactly what we actually had. A correction, actually occurred. So kind of add it at this level. Now that this correction is over, what we are expecting next on our daily time frame is a bearish move. So day before yesterday, we actually opened and closed bearish, right? Yesterday we opened and closed red. Even today that we did the analysis on, we actually opened and closed red. So once this market close for this last day of the week and it opens by next week, that we are trying to predict, we would actually see the market also open and close red. By the way, see this huge green candlestick upward, right? This week that we are predicting for, we should actually see kind of like the same movement, a red candlestick that we actually draw, at least to take out these lows. If possibly, if there's a huge movement, by the way, we should be able to make about close to 700 pips we would grab. By the way, GBP USD, we would grab at least 700 pips on this GBP USD. So this week we are also to go bearish, by the way. And if you take a look at this movement, I think this price has just broken the 10 period moving average. See, this price is now below. It has now broken the 10 period moving average, so the price is still below it. So I mean, daily time frame, we are still on a bearish move. That will now take us to the 4-hour time frame. To actually place this trade, we would actually want to place it on the 4-hour time frame. So take a look at this movement here. A drop, then a correction occurred, came to our 10 period moving average, then we add another drop, then this correction occurred that came to our 10 period moving average. After the correction, then of course a drop should be made. So it is one of the reasons why, for the past 4 hours we've had this bearish move. So I mean, this we should continue to see that drop at least to this level here, because we saw that price reacted at this level 1, it also came to react at this level 2. So we should see roll it here. So once price actually drop, we should see that price also react at this same level by giving us a pullback. After the pullback has occurred, then we should now see that bearish move again, then come to this same level again on GBP USD though. Then once it drops to the same level, we should see a pullback that will occur. After the pullback, then again another bearish move to actually take out these lows on GBP USD. So GBP USD, we are aiming or planning to actually take out this level on GBP USD. And we can see on this 4-hour time frame, by the way, the price is below 10 period moving average. So still an indication that GBP USD we are on a bearish move, and once market closes and opens, then we'll actually go bearish. That will take us down to the 1-hour time frame. I mean, take a look at this movement downward. Clearly, we are on a bearish move on the 1-hour time frame. We can see this movement like this: a drop, a correction, a drop again. This drop actually broke the previous lower lows, which was here, the previous lower lows, then a correction. So the same correction came to the same level here. Once price broke below it, right, then and again and a drop again. Once the correction is over, we had this drop. So once this drop occurred, we should continue to go down. Then maybe once a pullback will occur, we should see a pullback to this level. If in case the pullback will drop, we have this drop and a pullback occurred, we should see this pullback at the same level. Then again another drop on GBP USD for the week. And lastly, what we take a look at is our USDJPY. Now, to predict this USD JPY properly, I would want us to start from the monthly time frame, by the way. So if you take a look at this monthly time frame on this USD JPY, you can see that it's only one move, but that has been made a bullish move, right? So USD has been going bullish, by the way. You see this higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? And I've included this 10 period moving average, since the price is still above 10 period moving average, meaning we are to still go long. So once price is above 10 period moving average, then we are to go long, by the way. So that is it on GBP USD JPY. So USD JPY, we are still on a bullish move, right? You can see these movements like this: an impulse move, a correction, another impulse move. Here we add a correction, and then again an impulse move, right? So is the correction happening anytime? So I don't believe so, right? We will continue to still go bullish on the USD. We all know about all this latest news that is happening on the US. As long as all this news is still happening, then we will continue to see this bullish move on this USD. Meaning once USD is going bullish, then all our USD pairs will be going bullish. That means USD to JPY, USD JPY will continue to go bullish. So monthly time frame, a bullish move. That will now take us downward to the weekly time frame. Now take a look at this weekly time frame, guys. You can see this impulse move that was made here. Here we had a correction, then again another impulse move, then we had a correction here. An impulse move was made on USDJPY, a correction. Of course, after the correction, another impulse move. So is the impulse move over? Definitely not. We are still on a bullish move. You can see a couple of weeks we've actually been opening and closing bullish. So price has actually been going bullish. So there's high probability or possibility that this week we are trying to predict would actually open and close bullish, by the way. So and coupled with the fact that this price is still above 10 period moving average. I mean, take a look at this movement here. The price is still above 10 period moving average, meaning we are to still go long. So as long as price is still above 10 period moving average, and as long as our USD index continues to give us that bullish move, then definitely we will continue to see this rise or a bullish move on USD JPY. So that will now take us downward to this daily time frame, guys. So we can take a look at this movement. If you have to zoom it out, price is a bullish, right? We are going uptrend, and you can see that once there's a period of time one price broke below the 10 period moving average, then it later corrected itself. Since now we can see this movement clearly, you can see that this price is still above 10 period moving average, so it is still on a bullish move. I think we should kind of see like a key level here. We should see price actually come out to take out this week. I think we still have close to about 40 pips, so at least we see let's just use, let's go with 60 pips. Once price actually give us that 60 pips, take out this our candlestick wick here, then a new ice will be formed, which we're actually going to be getting this week. So once that new ice forms, then we can now see it as the new ice. Then we can now regard this as the previous highs. As at recent or now, we can still see it as our highest movement or our new highs on USDJPY. But we still have about 60 pips, which we will be getting anytime soon. Once that 60 pips bullish move is being made, it will take out this candlestick wick here, and it will definitely break above it. Then we've now made a new highs, so that is still an indication that USD to JPY is still on a bullish move. So daily time frame on USD JPY, we are still on a bullish move, right? We see a couple of days on this daily time frame, price has actually been reacting here. You can see once price came to this level, it's dropped. It came to this level again, it's dropped, and now price also came to this level. Guess what? It actually broke below the above this level. So the next level we will be aiming for, or would want to see where this USD JPY will come to, is this huge candlestick wick here that we just talked about, which is about 60 pips. Once that 60 pips is made, then definitely price will break above it, and we would continue to go bullish on USD JPY. So that will now take us downward to the 4-hour time frame to place this trade. I mean, on the 4-hour time frame, we would want to place the trade, right? What we clearly can see on the 4-hour time frame is a bullish move. Notice monthly time frame says we are on a bullish move, weekly time frame on a bullish move, even daily time frame says we are on a bullish move. Now to place this trade, we would go to the 4-hour time frame. And what 4-hour time frame says we are on a bullish move? Take a look at this movement upward. Then a correction was made here. Then again, an impulse move actually broke this previous highs. Then we add this correction, and guess what? A new highs has been made on this this USD JPY. So once we kind of have that continuous movement, a movement of about 60 pips that come to take out this candlestick that we are talking about, then again we should see that correction. Once it goes bullish about 60 pips, then a correction should occur. After the correction, then a continuous bullish move, right, on that our 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame, we are still on a bullish move, and the price is still above 10 period moving average, so we have to still go long. And lastly, we would look at our weekly 1-hour time frame. Take a look at this movement on the 1-hour time frame, still on a bullish move, and price is still above 10 period moving average. So I mean, we have to still to go long. I mean, you can see this movement from here, starting from here, then a correction, and guess what? Another impulse move. So when we've had about 60 pips bullish move, then we should actually see that correction, and again a continuous bullish move on USD JPY.